Billboard, but instead it is going to be St. Clair taking
Akira is going to try and fight this back. He's going to find himself a double, dude. Rapid went down. The smokes are away. So now it's going to be up to Kira. Oh, how antsy are they? And that's going to be costly. Quadra kill. Can he get himself the ace? He might have the flank on him. He's going to get the jump. He gets the ace. V1 finds himself a triple. This is completely doable. Big Papa. He led in game number 1. Can he find the shots here? He's going to find it. Does take down Parcel. Welcome back, Saints Nation. It's been a long time, it feels like. I hope you had a fantastic holiday, and we're looking to get into the CollegiateR6 Winter Playoff play-ins. It's going to be a tough one, however. Our St. Clair College squad is going up against Illinois State University, who are currently, I believe, being shown as the 5th seed overall in what would be this playoff bracket. So it's going to be a little bit difficult. St. Clair coming in as the 15th seed, right? One of the last teams to be able to squeak in to this playoff play-in situation, but they're damn well going to try and pursue it further because they will have to take on Purdue next if they do happen to win on another date with the way the bracket's set up, and Purdue was being shown as the 3rd seed. So these playoffs are going to look extremely tough here for our St. Clair squad. Got to start with step 1 here with Illinois State University. Of course, my name's Dan Banner, also known as Mr. Danners here. Going to be bringing you the action here on the commentary side of things tonight. And we also have Shadi Hanna, also known as Zeta Mental, working the camera for us in-game today as well. Going to be an exciting time. Right for the first time a couple weeks ago, we had ourselves a heck of a fantastic match then. And it's going to be probably just about the same here, hoping for a nice back-and-forth matchup. Now, your starting lineup here for the St. Clair squad is going to be a little bit modified compared to what we saw during the regular season. We still have JM Beast leading the squad as usual with Big Papa, Domo, Cookie Bear, and Miracle. But we do not have Kira today, unfortunately, for one reason or another. We could not get him here for tonight's matchup. So bringing back from reserves, former starting lineup player, we have Impact making a return. And what a day to make the return on a playoff match nonetheless. So Impact, welcome back to the squad, and you're gonna get thrown right into the fire right when it counts. Of course, going up against Illinois State University, we have Snail, we have Patience, Fortra, Hooked Up, and Harabic on the side of Illinois. Map lineups for tonight, as we're about to get started just momentarily. And map lineups, of course, for today. We're going to start things off on Clubhouse. It's going to be a pretty standard one for the most part for game number 1 and 2. We're going to have Clubhouse, we're going to have Cafe. Then we're going to have Villa for game 3 if we do end up getting there. And we'll have to see. It seems like for the St. Clair squad, for the most part during this collegiate winter season, it's been either a stomp one way or another, whether we're the ones on the receiving end or benefiting from it. But I know the last matchup we did have versus Virginia Tech, I think that was an absolute slobber knocker. That was a fun one to watch. And I'm hoping this one would be just the same. As I know we're ready on the production side of here, just waiting for the players to give us the okay to get into the matchup. Shouldn't be too much longer. Of course, before we do hop into the match, I want to give a thank you to everybody who's already here frame 1, the frame 1 Griffin squad, or here, if you're here on the side of Illinois, welcome as well. Of course, both fans of both sides are definitely welcome here. And of course, big. Okay, and also looking forward to the sponsors as well, of course, that being the St. Clair Alumni Association, PC Outlets, Ekelman School of Business and IT, St. Clair's SRC, Tim Hortons, and St. Clair College itself, of course. Can't forget them. Now, hopping into game, looks like we're going to get right into it. Pick and ban phase now just about to get underway. I have no sound. Oddly enough, you probably heard me twice, but it is what it is we're about to get into this banning phase here, as we do see Thatcher. Pretty standard pick off here for the St. Clair squad. Just too dang useful in too many situations. Not going to have him playable here for this first one. There we go. Ibana going to get taken off the board here on the side of ISU. One of the ranged hard breachers in this game. Going to take them off the board. Beluzi, pretty standard ban as well. Just an absolute nuisance to deal with. Now, do we get the trifecta? Or not the trifecta, but the same 4 bans. If it's a Mira, it'll basically just be business as usual on the ban fronts here for a St. Clair match. I know. St. Clair really do not like dealing with Mira. Probably going to see him get taken off. No, actually, probably a little bit better off getting rid of the Cade in this situation. Getting rid of the opportunity for some of those electrified walls. Take a look and see what our teams are now picking up here. So oddly enough, we're going to see, as long as nothing silly happens here in the 6-pick side of things, JMB's picking up a Goyo, which is something I've not seen him pick up at all this season. Maybe trying something a little bit different here for the play-ins. Big Papo rocking the mute, Domo on Jaeger duty as usual. Then Impact is going to be actually picking up smoke duty, so he's going to be trying to stay back as best as possible and make sure that he can be available for the later portions of the round. The Miracle is going to play what normally would be JMB's picking up. The Maestro going over to Miracle. Side of Illinois State University, Snail's going to be on hard breaching and support duty there on the Thermite. Patience going to be bringing out the Maverick. And we have ourselves 3 hard breachers here with this ISU attacking squad, as we see, of course, Maverick, and we also have Ace here for Harabic. And then Fortra looking to possibly get a little bit aggressive too with that with Ash as well. And then hooked up, going to keep everybody's flank covered there with the Nomad.
Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb.
Without further ado, let's get these playoff play-ins underway. And Illinois State on the first attack of the night here towards St. Clair's CCTV. Hold here on the 2nd floor. Pretty standard opening slot here for St. Clair. Everybody seems to love CCTV. The one thing that is kind of nice here with this Illinois State University composition is that they have themselves quite a few options to try and breach through this main balcony. Because normally, okay, sure, you can trick out the Thermite. Thermite's been in the game for so long that people probably have that timing down pat by now. But at the same time, you also now have Patience on the Maverick. You have Harabic. And actually, that's going to be the first blood here coming out for the side of St. Clair as Patience goes down extremely quickly. Miracle going to get traded out. Down, but not out. So some early battles here. Miracle is going to get picked up, however. So St. Clair going to be able to hang on to that player advantage. Harabic looking from a different angle here to try and maybe move towards some of the... or towards the site itself. However, his position may have been known. And I think that's Big Papa there going to find Harabic. So the ace is taken off the table, goes point blank with Big Papa. That's not what you want to see for the side of Illinois State. As Big Papa starts off strong too with a quick double. Hooked up, however, going to find Domo. So gets one on the board. Hooked up, however, it's all up to Snail now on the side of Illinois State. And full health as the diffuser. But there's just too many pathways to try and cross. That is not going to go in your favor. And St. Clair going to start off on this defense and start off strong. JMB is going to find himself that final kill, making that work from the catwalk. With that 2nd floor defense being successful, we're now going to go over to the basement side of things here for St. Clair. Big Papa looking to switch over to the Bandit this time by Vigil. Picked here for Miracle as well. Meanwhile, the side of Illinois State, they're not going to try anything sneaky. They're just going to try that over again. First round, of course, sometimes you have the jitters. And it may not necessarily be the composition itself that's the problem, so try again, why don't you? And JMB's already going to start making some 6-picks work. As he switches off the Goyo and on to the Wamai instead to help assist Domo with a little bit of utility denial, taking away grenade after grenade in this situation, which is definitely a pain here for Fortra, as well as those Ash breaching charges also get intercepted. So there's even more annoyance for Illinois State University to try and deal with here. Big Papa already getting those bandit batteries down. Start reinforcing the walls. Domo finding his positions and as well make those ADSs as annoying as possible. Stack them up if you need to, if you know it's going to be a heavily contested area. And we're going to have to watch Miracle as this round starts. There's been a couple times in the past where we've seen him get a little bit cheeky. I know he's only come back to the roster maybe the last 2 weeks or so of competition. But we've seen him, and him and Big Papa are the ones who tend to spawn peek the most or try to make a little bit of a run-out play. But at the same time, though, with having the Vigil, it is also an extremely good roamer, extremely good flanker. And as long as you can avoid running into hooked up's Nomad charges, those air jabs, you could very well just sneak away, since, of course, Vigil is able to turn on his gadget and not be seen by drones or cameras. You can move into an area, I think you're A-okay, and then all of a sudden he meets you with that, meets you with the gun. And you're not quite prepared for that, are you? Arabic on site, gonna start opening up some of these hatches. We do see someone on the St. Clair side of things just underneath. Gonna be able to call this out pretty quickly, I'm sure. Not gonna put himself into a position where he can get shot, however, so good positioning for now. Now, of course, the way things have been so far... Oh, that's a little bit of a whiff there from Patience. Going to run for the hills. A Miracle, sure enough, is going to find the first kill, and he's going to take down the Nomad, which means is those air jabs were not already placed out. You have absolutely no roamer defense on the side of Illinois State, which means, in theory, Miracle could go for, just free roam, essentially, at this point here, unless he gives his position away by footsteps or something or other. Appropriately so. A Patience just being extremely patient in that dirt. And okay, Miracle finds himself another all the way up in the hatch itself. Impact's going to show up on the scoreboard here once again, getting a blast with that shotgun, making it work. All up to Fortra and Snail here to try and make this attack work. We have about 45 seconds left on the clock. Diffuser sure is in hand. That being said, though, you still got all the members of St. Clair you have to deal with. One going to be spotted out. Miracle is going to give his position away, is going to get dropped down, finally going down. 30 seconds left on the clock here for Illinois State to try and make the move. ISU matched up in this moment at least. Going to try and maybe push together, jump through the hatch or something. We've seen St. Clair do that a handful of times and not exactly go in their favor. A lot of these positions are completely boggled down. We see Fortra try and make something happen, not going to happen. One player left to go, battles it out. Big Papa with the double takes care of that diffuser as well and secures round number 2 nicely. With the first 2 sites going down nicely, St. Clair going to move over to the gym and the bedroom this time for their defense. And now after that one, Illinois State University looking to possibly switch up their composition just a little bit here. They're opting for a bit of a change. Harabic's going to be the one looking for roamers in this case, as he's picked up the Jackal instead of the Nomad, and it's going to be the Zofia instead here, coming out here for hooked up. I'll tell you what though, St. Clair, fantastic start so far. Big Papa leading the charge in terms of eliminations, but everybody on the side of St. Clair doing exactly what they need to be doing here, as Impact back in position as well, finding his spot back on the team, getting himself 2 eliminations nice and quick, as well as Miracle and of course Big Papa, like I was saying before. Illinois State University a little bit slow to start here, but well, still got plenty of time here in this matchup. Of course, it is first to get 7 rounds in these matchups. For this site specifically, we do see JMBs picking out the castle. There's always something about this additional second floor spot where bringing out the castle is just that much more annoying. Put it up on a couple of the windows or a couple of the door frames, and it really slows down the opposition.
Torches out. Time to ring some ears. Drone activated.
That being said, though, Fortra is able to get through those castle barricades, but it does require the use of the breaching ground itself, and of course you only have 2 of those, so with castle being able to put down multiple, they'll still slow you down in the end. Domo getting spotted out here by Patience's his drone. Getting a little bit stuck in the corner. Snail holding the long road, trying to allow Hooked Up to maybe make a move inside, but it's not going to be the case this time by JMBs. Finds Hooked Up, and there's another elimination here that is going to be Fortra taken down. Miracle once again found himself on the kill board, but Patience does get the return kill onto JMBs. Herabek actually going to find Domo as well, so but it looks like a very solid start here for St. Clair. Has been evened up. Herabek is inside the building as well, looking for footsteps, looking to pick somebody off. Would be annoying if you found the footsteps of somebody who was already dead, because then that'd be useless, but you can still have the chance of targeting somebody. Of course, Impact is going to be pretty much on the site itself. Probably not going to be moving. We do see some smoke grenades already coming out here, try and slow down any sort of pursuit from the side of Illinois State. And Patience is going to move forward. Herabek finds Big Papa, actually, willing to take a little bit of the smoke damage just to make sure that they can get a move on. Impact, 1 more grenade in hand here, up to Miracle and Impact to try and make this defense with the last minute, 50 seconds specifically, to try and get involved. Impact taking a little bit of damage. Illinois a little bit bunched up, however. Snail going to get the win onto Miracle, and actually Patience cleans up Impact. So there we go. Illinois State find themselves on the board, making the adjustments necessary and making this odd defensive spot here for St. Clair, and like really punishing them for it. But nicely done on the side of Illinois State, stopping the bleeding, making sure this doesn't start running away. But now St. Clair do get to go back to CCTV, and we've seen them hold this rather convincingly last time by. We'll have to see if they decide to try that modified lineup that they were doing before. And we do see again here, just completely ignore having any sort of roam control at all and just go all out aggressive. An interesting setup. I would love to see this get pulled off successfully for the side of Illinois State. Always a fan whenever I see Buck, but I know he's not as good as he used to be, but he's still an absolute amazing operator nonetheless. Why wouldn't you want to have a shotgun built into your rifle? CCTV once again here, and there's going to be absolutely no electrocution for the side of St. Clair. They're going to use Big Papa on that mute to fill that role. Okay, round 4 underway. Let's see if Illinois can manage to pull themselves up there, give themselves another round off of a little bit of momentum that they did grab off of that last round. They pulled that one back actually quite nicely too, considering they went down two members pretty quickly, but they did bring it back to a 3v3 rather quickly as well. And hooked up once again, going to be moving forward inside the building already, down towards the bottom. And Snail's actually going to be able to get through this, it looks like, rather quickly. So finding their way, taking down any sort of mute jammer to make sure their gadgets work successfully. And they're already going to have a bit of a sight onto the site itself. Hooked up once again getting blasted. It feels like Hooked Up keeps getting taken down first every single round here. Domo going to find him there. Arabic getting lit up a little bit from above, and he's going to try and blast him out there with that shotgun right by the bomb. And in fact, he does find Big Papa. A huge shot actually coming out here from Arabic to tie this up 4-4 with just under 2 minutes left to go. Portrait coming through the garage. Does spot out, or does know that the player is up there on the catwalk. I do believe that is Miracle up there. Hear that or JM Beast? They find Miracle actually, and Arabic gonna find himself a second kill. Catches Miracle getting maybe a little bit too greedy. Wanted to try and get that shot off, and not gonna happen. JM Beast is going to trade out his life for Fortress as Snail picks him off there. 2v3, Patience getting lit up a little bit. Impact's going to be blasting off all the smokes. Snail's going to get caught out. He used a diffuser carrier. Absolute best case scenario here for St. Clair with only Domo left to go. But of course that diffuser being down, that's the main objective. Just defend the diffuser and you'll be perfectly fine. And those are some low health bars actually on the side of Illinois State University. Arabic being below a quarter. And then Patience just under half. Domo completely ready to go. And he is on the site, ready to defend as best as possible. A couple of the members of Illinois not ready to challenge it just yet. They're going to try and pepper through, see if they can find him. Of course, that's always a scary thing about Rainbow Six Siege, is any gun, one bullet in the head, that's it. Does not matter if it's a pistol or a light machine gun or an assault rifle or a sniper. Everything is a one-shot kill in regards to headshot. Diffuser is picked up. Diffuser's being planted. Where's Arabic? Is he able to defend? Where is Domo? Is he going to start making his way through? He does try to move forward. He's going to get the one, but he has to find Arabic, and Arabic has just been sharking from below this entire time. Actually, he's from outside now. He does have the proper angle. It's going to be a duel to try and finish this up. Arabic not going to let it drop, finding himself a triple here in this round, and he's going to put this series to a tie now. Maybe Illinois State University finally warmed up, finally got themselves going, and see if they can turn the momentum completely on its head and maybe start running away with it on attack. And with that round, that really boosted up, of course, straight up all the morale on the side of Illinois State, obviously. But look at Arabic now. 6 eliminations in this game after being at, I think, 2 or 3 prior to that round. So nicely done there. Snail getting himself involved. He did exactly what he needed to do. But just everything went right. This aggressive composition coming out from Illinois State University really coming in clutch here. And we're going to have to see what happens for St. Clair to try and redo this. They're going to go back to CCTV, and they're going to take away, or it looked like they were going to go towards the bandit play this time by, but no, they're going to go back to the mute. We're going to have to see how that turns up, because last time it looked like Illinois State did make the adjustments necessary. They did use, I believe it was Patience. They used the blowtorch to open up where the mute jammers would have been, take them out nice and quickly, so you can put Snail's and so thermic charge right on the wall, blow a big old hole through the balcony, and then they were able to move from there. Meanwhile, in the first round, when St. Clair did win that one, it was a little bit more hesitant. They were stalled out a little bit further, and as soon as they tried to actually get something started, they did take down Patience in that first round. They wasn't able to make use of that blowtorch. So some solid adjustments coming out here from Illinois State University. Let's see if St. Clair can make some adjustments themselves. Trying to keep going with what in their mind has been working. We got JM Beast on the one line once again here in this one. Big Papa, we did kind of see him modify the way he was planting his mute jammers, not necessarily straight across parallel to the door, but on a little bit awkward angles. And you can see they're going to try and do the exact same thing, and Domo actually gets picked up by Hooked Up. I was cursing out Hooked Up a little bit earlier for constantly being the first one picked out in every single round, but it seems like a bit of a high-risk, high-reward playstyle as he goes in nice and quick, finds himself an elimination. Now Domo's off the board already. And Patience is still absolutely wreaking havoc here on as many barricades as possible. What he doesn't realize, though, is peekaboo. There's somebody right there. That's going to be Big Papa with the Uzi, ready to rock and roll. Takes care of him for his 5th kill of the series. And Harabik gets a rude awakening as well here. Big Papa finding himself another. Sure, you blast open the hatch, but now both players can look through that. But it is going to be refragged out. Fortra getting his 1st kill here of the game. And a good clutch time to do so as well. Probably good for Fortra to get him a little bit of steam built up. You won a couple rounds basically going down rather quickly or being a bit of a non-factor. Granted, playing a more support overall, even with a couple of the more aggressive, faster operators. But it's always good to get yourself on the kill feed. On the proper side of the kill feed, that is. So 3-on-3, just over a minute left to go here. Fortra hooked up, and Snail still here, ready to go. Miracle a little bit worse for wear, but Impact and JM Beast also still ready to go on the site as well. Looking to find their opportunity. It seems like Fortra is a little bit behind the rest of the squad here. Snail looking to come up the stairway. Did meet up with Hooked Up actually here, so they're going to try and probably push us all quickly. Have their eyes on the one site. There is one player for St. Clair, though, right around the corner, however. I think that's Impact. Shotgun ready to go. He's going to start throwing out some of those smoke grenades, though, so he's going to be able to stall this out just a little bit. 30 seconds left on the clock here for St. Clair to defend, or Illinois get themselves there. Hooked Up is still outside. He's on the drone with 30 seconds left to go. He must have complete full faith that he can make the callouts for his teammates to make the eliminations. And man, Fortra barely not going to find the shots necessary. Snail, however, going to burst in. He finds one, finds two. Fortra getting another one. Snail, he is barely going to be able to get that thing planted in time. And Fortra also found the kill necessary to give them the win. So Illinois State cutting it a little bit close, but they do manage to successfully take round number 5. Round 6 just about underway, just about halftime here in this first game. And they're going to opt to switch up here. Not going to go back to CCTV, go back down to the church. To the basement.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs.
So that was a big boost in morale there for Fortra. Was constantly getting absolutely smoked. It was 0-4 at the start of that round. Now finds himself with 3 eliminations going into halftime. Big old pickup for him for sure. Big Papa found himself or 2 nice kills in that one. That being said, though, eventually got traded out and could not quite finish the job with the squad. And then that got really scrappy for the side of Illinois State. They're down to the last 10 seconds before they even hopped off the drones and really started going guns blazing on them. Granted, they were able to win their gunfights, so they made it work this time. That has to be such a stressful way to play. Wouldn't be surprised if they try to give himself maybe a little bit more time next time by. Oh, everybody else is going one way. Hooked Up is on the other side, peeking through. Gonna try and spot out possibly a roamer, which is probably wise considering Miracle on the Vigil, looking to possibly make a play. We do see Harabik and the outline of the St. Clair player in the distance. Patience looking to ready to go through the dirt entrance of the basement. Meanwhile, the rest of the Illinois squad looking to go top down here. Hooked Up, making the move. Maybe actually trying to hunt somebody. And the Jackal is able to spot out one of the players. Miracle taking a little bit of damage, but not enough to really worry too much. Impact, however, is going to find Patience out of nowhere. So, going to get picked up rather quickly as Fortra find his 4th elimination here of the game now. Now he's all fired up and ready to go. It's what we like to see here. firing on all cylinders. Everybody's slowly but surely making their way towards this basement. That being said, though, Hooked Up's got to be careful. Domo was right there, ready and waiting for him to turn around the corner. Herbix still being an absolute nuisance there with the Jackal, spotting out players with the footsteps.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Their way through. Snail, diffuser in hand, it's going to have to get ready to move sometime soon. Minute left on the clock. Cute little play to take out the bandit batteries as well. Make sure every bit of utility is taken down, so every option is available. Forger in position, looking ready to drop down at a moment's notice. Domo gets taken down, Hooked Up, finds himself another one. Really starting to pick it up here. JMB's getting lit up as well. That being said, going to have ourselves a bit of a trade out here as JMB's finds himself a double. Miracle finds Fortra as well. It's all up to Snail. An absolute cluster here at the tail end of round number 6. Puts St. Clair in a fine position to try and tie this up at halftime. As it's Snail versus the world, he has to deal with Miracle, who's obviously going to be as stealthy as heck, and then we have Impact with a gas canister still available as well. I don't think he's going to be able to get onto this site and plant the diffuser cleanly. He's going to have to go in for a crazy gunfight, and it's going to be up against a wall as Miracle is going to finish him off, and we're going to be tied up at halftime. JMB's found his opportunity, found himself a nice double, and that completely flipped the entire shape of that attack for the side of Illinois State University. Now we have St. Clair on attack, of course. We'll get to see the differences in styles here coming out between these teams in regards to both their attack and their defense. Ace has always been a favorite from the side of St. Clair. We see JMB's picking that up right now. Ash is being played by Big Papa. Domo on Zafia. Impact is going to be picking up Maverick. Miracle on the Sledge. Meanwhile, on the side of Illinois, we have Patience on the Valkyrie. Got that 6 picked over already. Then we have Snail on Maestro. Herbic on the Jaeger. Fortra is going to try and play that roamer role there with the Vigil. And we're going to see Legion be picked up by Hooked Up. So an interesting pickup as well. Rather than picking up a smoke, I mean, Legion can very well, of course, get more goo mines as the round goes on. Of course, can fill a very similar role to smoke in the sense that if you go in for a diffuser plant attempt and you get smoked with a goo mine, all of a sudden you can't plant the diffuser.
10 seconds to insertion.
While we're at it, let's take a look at the scores right here, right now. Technically, in terms of points, Snail's leading the charge of the side of Illinois. But elimination-wise, we have Harabic leading the charge for the side of Illinois, and Big Papa and Miracle all tied up on the side of St. Clair with 6
Defender
each.
exposed.
A little bit of a slow start, and I think St. Clair may have been thinking that they were going to CCTV first, but that's actually not going to be the case. We're going to be going down to the basement. Miracle already taking a ton of damage so far in this round, down to less than a quarter. Just going to opt to hold an angle and wait for somebody to drone him in. Fair enough, fair enough. But St. Clair over this season so far has been basically playing this this 20-second meta basically to a T, where you take all the time in the world, get as much information as possible, kill as many gadgets as possible, and then you just blitz it the last 20 seconds. The scary way to play, but the way that it's been it's pretty much been that way across a lot of competitive Siege from what I've understood. Yeah, it's a good start now. Considering Miracle was down below a quarter, he's actually going to find Harabic take care of the first elimination of this round. That being said, Miracle taking some additional damage. Hanging on by a thread at this moment. Minute left on the clock. Still a lot of players alive on both sides here. Sure, Illinois may be a player down, but it's not something that can be quickly flipped right back on its head. Basically 2 players defending on each side. Fortra going to find Big Papa, taking the Ash off the board. Good shot for him.
Setting a sequential breach.
Now, something's blowing up somewhere here. We do see the goo mines coming in here. Miracle kind of panicking a little bit here. As Hooked Up is really starting to become a bit of a nuisance the longer this round goes on. 20 seconds. It's time for a blitz strike. We do see on the queue of JM Beast's Ace charges going through the wall. Domo looking for somebody, finds a goo mine for his efforts, and the diffuser is down. JM Beast goes down after trading his life 1 for 1. The Maestro turret is actually becoming an absolute nuisance as well. That being said, St. Clair winning this battle so far. Snail is still here. Does he have the Maestro turret in a position that could stop this defuse? He does not. He does have the diffuser down, and Impact is going to eventually find Snail. We'll take a look at that one in just a second here. As soon as he gets that thing planted, he is able to turn it right around and does find the player, so a nice little play from Impact. That was extremely close. I'm not sure if Miracle may have actually sacked himself to make sure that he killed off the turret. I didn't quite get to see the considering the absolute chaos nature of the 20-second meta style and Siege. But yeah, St. Clair going to be able to hang on, take the lead once again here in this first game. Of course, it's being a best of 3. We very well could be still here for a while. Of course, Cafe is going to be the next map on the menu here for this series. And if we do need a game number 3, of course, Villa is also on the table. I think we're bringing something very similar, and then we're going to see Bandit come out here for CCTV. Pretty standard stuff coming out here for Illinois State.
By attackers.
And just getting reported in now, apparently we don't have the complete field of view available here for you. We'll double check that in the settings next time, but I do apologize for that.
Excellent, Gemma.
Yeah, we'll definitely get that fixed up in the next round.
Magnets ready.
Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Gamma deployed.
Okay, round number 8 underway. Saints back on the attack once again. Let's see if they can reach this CCTV room. And that's a quick kill. Patience absolutely having none of it. Just going right after Miracle on frame 1, taking care of him. Barely hanging on by a thread as well. Both players getting a ton of damage on each other, but it's not going to go in the favor of Miracle. Miracle, who is technically leading the charge here for the Saints, going down right off the start. And Beast with charges ready. Sees the Bandit is there. We do see the electrified wall. Going to be a bit of a nuisance here for the side of St. Clair. I think being said, rather, that's a start here. Gets the first portion of Ace charge to at least get some sort of sight line onto the site itself. Big Papa from below, looking to start making his way around, make a play of some sort. Domo trying to get a cheeky shot through a wall, see if he can catch somebody sleeping.
Reloading, cover me. Reloading. We are now protected. Perimeter defense online.
A very slow start as per usual for a St. Clair attack. Impact just holding his angles. Beast droning in Big Papa and Domo. Domo looks like he's still up on the rooftops, just getting ready to hop himself in there. Of course, able to breach through some of the softer walls as well. Looking them get on through. Still a minute left. Is going to spot out, I think that's Fortra. So Fortra going to have to run for the hills here. If they can find anybody else as well. Does eventually get shot out, taken down. A minute left, St. Clair. Player down. Don't necessarily have much of a footing here either. JMB is going to get lit up a little bit to start off this attack, and he does get taken down. Patience with the second kill of the game, but he's going to get refragged by Domo. Someone's going to have to pick up that diffuser, however. 3 members left on the side of St. Clair. Really trying to be cautious here. Big Papa going to go in guns blazing, going right through the wall, and he's going to trade it out, it looks like. Gets a little bit of damage. Actually, no damage. No shots making contact. That breaching round, I don't think exactly hit the mark that he was looking for. And in the battle there, Domo did go down. Impact goes down. It's all up to the Ash. It's all up to Big Papa to try and make the play. That's a start. We have one. And he managed to find himself this 1v3 comeback. That would be damn well impressive, but you only have 10 seconds to do it. Turns around, does find Hooked Up. Gonna get himself the double. Nobody's home actually on this site. He might be able to try something if he plants it. But he is probably going to get charged upon any moment here. It's a pretty well dead giveaway that the timer's gone down, but the game hasn't ended. He's not on your site. Okay, run to the other one. And it's going to be Fortra on the mute. Just going to get the free shot and take him down. Close, but no cigar. Valiant effort there, but not going to work this time by. Round number 9 just about to get underway here. We're going to go back down towards the basement. Yep, we do see the switch up. For once, we're not going to see Mutant play. We're going to get Malzy in here for the first time in this series.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Rather than completely shutting down your drone and making it completely useless, why don't you steal it? That's, of course, the difference there with Malzy. But that being said, he's not able to really disrupt any other gadgets other than drones. But that being said, there isn't really any gadgets on the side of St. Clair's other than JMB's Ace charges that could be disturbed by it. And that being said, Ace's charges, sure, you might slow it down a little bit, but he can just go walk over, pick it back up nice and quick, and it's all good. As long as he doesn't try for a bit of a reach with, or an overextension with his charge itself.
5 seconds.
Pest control's coming in, of course. We just see Hooked Up, also planting a couple of mines. And we're about to get underway. Round number 9. Just about to get started. Curious if we'll see Patience try something different, or not something different, but something again like we saw in the last round there. Got up in an extremely aggressive position, was able to eventually find himself a double kill early in this round, or in the last round rather. Opting for a bit of a more passive play, however, get those Valkyrie cameras up and look for your opportunity later. Going through Fortra, once again getting spotted here from Domo. Domo going to try and find a cheeky shot, see if he didn't move, but not going to be the case. 2 minutes in, still plenty of time here for St. Clair to try and make their move. Against JM Beast and Impact drawing everybody in. Miracle looking to start maybe making his move towards the basement, a little bit of a backwards way through the stairwell. JM Beast trying his best to avoid this pest control. Might be able to make it happen, but it might end up getting stolen. Alright, Big Papa with minute 30 left on the clock, going to start making his move as well. Slow and steady. If I were to talk about the St. Clair attack, that seems to be the way it goes. Slow and steady, but not quiet. That is a correction I should make, however, as we do see Domo getting duked out by the pest control, apparently. A minute left. It's going to be Impact's turn to start getting through these hatches. A couple additional drop zones. And of course, this one is right on top of the site itself as well. Has to be careful, however. There is a player on the side of Illinois right underneath. If he finds the proper angle, could very well get a shot on him. Okay, that one's taken down. 30 seconds. I feel bad for Zeddy because this one is going to be an absolute bloodbath. Good luck trying to capture all this action because this one is going to look like a damn destruction derby in about 10 seconds. And it starts off here. Big Papa barely going to get working with it, though. The nice little sneaky hold to lob in a grenade going to make things a little bit irritating. Of course, Fortro going to be the first casualty. Big Papa with less than 5%, but actually JMBeast goes down. He was a diffuser carrier in this situation. A little bit of a worst-case scenario. 5 seconds left. This is why the 20-second meta is so damn volatile, as we see the Saints just absolutely get floored. Doesn't even matter that Impact picks up Patience, because you don't have the diffuser, and there's still 3 people ready to cover that if it does happen. Just risking it all on such a quick play. I mean, I know it's meta, but it's so scary still. So high risk. Yes, the 20-second meta is an observer's absolute nightmare. I completely agree. Poor Zeddy. Still doing a fantastic job, though, don't get me wrong. Well, I always like seeing a back-and-forth matchup, and we're damn well getting that once again here. Round 10 just about to get underway. 4-5 here. Illinois State, they can keep this momentum going. They just got the last 2 rounds. If they could keep this up, they'll be on track, of course, to secure themselves victory here in game number 1. What a turnaround here for this Illinois State squad. I know I constantly keep referring to eliminations, and I know I say time and time again, eliminations aren't everything, blah, 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 blah. But that being said, though, like, Hooked Up was starting off slow. Fortro was starting off slow. Snail was always just the diffuser carrier, essentially, and he got himself a frag here and there, but that was about it. Now everybody on the side, or 3 people on the side of Illinois, saying there were 7 eliminations. Fortro right behind with 6. And then if Patience is the one with 4, I guess that's appropriate because he's just been defending as much as possible, except for that one round where he did get the quick double. That being said, St. Clair, of course, with a couple high elimination numbers as well, specifically Big Papa there sitting with the 9. Possible top-down attack here coming out from Big Papa and the rest of the St. Clair squad. Maybe try a different angle of attack of sorts. Of course, this is the awkward gym holds that we saw St. Clair kind of struggle with in the defensive side of things. JMBeast sneaking through. He's going to get peppered. He's going to trade a little bit of damage. Shot for shot of sorts. About a quarter HP on each player's side. And that is going to be the first one. Fortra is going to go down here. Take the mute off. But that being said, Big Papa gets taken down as well. 4-on-4 with a minute 30 left to go. And honestly, this is probably the way that Saints should play it. Get aggressive a little bit earlier. This 20-second stuff, it's fantastic when it works, but it hurts like hell when it doesn't. And it feels like you're kind of rolling dice. We see Domo finding himself a double here in this series. That's a player we need to see start picking up the pace too. And it's a perfect time to start finding yourself some doubles. That being said, 2v2 now. JMBeast has the diffuser in hand. Is a little bit worse for wear. Domo also here as well. But hurting about 50% HP. Minute left on the clock still. Snail and Patience both near the sites, ready to defend at a moment's notice, healthy and ready to go. Beat's actually going to try and sneak this diffuser, see if he can actually get it. Good defense coming out here from Domo. But that being said, though, Patience does end up refraying him. Shot through the wall, nearly taking Jam Beast out. He hops out the window. Absolute clutch timing here. If he can just hold on to this and really force Patience to try and come after him, it'd be a perfect case scenario here. Unless he just straight up goes for the counter defuse and Jam Beast doesn't know. He fakes it and he got him! Patience with the Quadra, baiting him out. Who said pros don't fake? He's going to be able to succeed this time, and now match point coming out here for Illinois State University. So close there for the St. Clair squad, but beautifully performed there by Patience. I was just giving him props that he was making his efforts known without necessarily being the leader on the scoreboard. Well, now he's probably up there, getting himself a Quadra, getting up there nice and quick. Nicely done by Patience. CCTV going to be possibly the final sight here if St. Clair can't muster up a successful attack. They're thinking about the gridlock, but actually opting against it. Gonna pick the Ash back up here.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Big Papa started off strong, but I think he's been having a couple quiet rounds of sorts in this game as well. See if they can figure this site up this time by. Snail, of course, on the Bandit, going to try and be as much of a nuisance as possible.
Seconds to insertion. 5 seconds left.
What did that pig can do? Anyway, possibly the final attack underway here. If St. Clair can't pull it off, we'll get to see they are underway here. Impact and Domo leading the charge. And actually, is that Patience looking for an aggressive play? I think he was thinking about it. Maybe a little bit, little confident after that, the way that last round went. Impact back on Maverick duty. Going to have to try and deal with these bandit batteries while not getting a shot out himself. That's exactly what I was kind of worried about there for Impact. Kind of getting stuck with a bit of an awkward position. Pulls out the flamethrower there to try and breach through the door, and somebody's right there ready and waiting for him. Thankfully there for the Saints side of things, Impact's able to run away just fine. Miracle making his position known as much as possible. Just looking through doors, looking through walls, trying to find something. I think that was Domo looking for a different angle into the area as well. Minute 30 still left on the clock. Miracle making his own door. He's going to be able to get a different angle towards that site. Impact has this balcony angle covered. I think Big Papa found himself a decent spot as well inside the building, maybe even inside the site as of this moment. Oh, he's actually from outside. Okay. Someone moving forward. Impact's looking for some ankle shots. Not quite going to find it. Minute left on the clock. Game 1 is in the balance here. St. Clair need to make this happen. Are they going to rely on 20 seconds? Let's hope not, because this is not where you want to be. Already a player down. Patience again going to find Big Papa. Seeming to get his number these last couple of rounds. Okay, that grenade, though, coming out from Miracle was kind of clutch. Does find Snail, so the Bandit's out of the play. These will my discs slowing things down. Herapik has those things in the right position. 30 seconds left to go. Here we go again. The Destruction Derby is ready to go. Flags up in the air, and the green is off. Here we go. Charging in towards the site. Domo's going to get lit up a little bit, but Fortra's going to be the first casualty as Impact takes him down there.
Seconds left.
From the balcony, does find his way. That being said, finds himself another. Takes out Harabic, is not going to be able to find the other one. That being said, on the other side, it's going to be Jambeast with the diffuser. Gets the thing planted. Has Domo here for backup. But we have Patience and Hooked Up. Two players with fantastically slow starts. Or I should say with extremely brutal slow starts, rather. But fantastic comebacks here in this game. Getting themselves the momentum necessary. They still have 30 seconds or so left to try and defuse this thing. Domo's trying to slow down as much as possible, but he's getting shot from two sides. Where is Jambeast? He's getting lit up like nobody's business. Patience finds him for the double. And of course, it's going to be Patience. Going to finish this off. He's actually just going to hand over the counter defuse over to Hooked Up. And that is going to be it for game number 1. Illinois State University successfully taking game
Bomb
1.
defusing attempt failed. Defenders win.
Solid back and forth game, but of course Illinois State going to take care of this one. Patience going to find himself on the MVP position here after that one. Fantastic finish there for him. A fantastic job for, of course, the entire squad there. And St. Clair had a little bit of a harder time on the attack side of things, but looking to bring it back for this next one. Of course, Cafe is going to be this the map for game number 2. Kind of mixed results there, but we're going to see St. Clair attack first on that one. And we are going to quickly throw it to a break to set up the lobby for game number 2. Should not be too long, about 5 minutes or so, and we'll get right back into the action. The playoff play-ins here, or St. Clair's playoff life, is still in the balance here. They have to win this next game to bring it to game 3. Otherwise, their season very well could be done till January. So we'll see you right back for the conclusion of that one.